If you struggle with loneliness or the feeling of being alone, I would love to bring to light some of the benefits I have found of being alone. First off, loneliness, I believe, is a gift from God. I have grown more in the last 5 months of being alone and moving to a new place, all by myself and not knowing anybody, than I probably have in the last 3 years. I believe that God often isolates us to prepare us for the future. I don't believe that isolation is a bad thing. I believe that it's a good thing. At first, I would sit there and I'd say, God, why would you allow this? I am so alone. I felt like I can't really connect to anybody out here. And it's uncomfortable. And I'm not looking for a sob story. I'm okay, just to make it clear. I was journaling the other day and I made a list of all the things that I've learned from being in a season of isolation. Number 1, I have learned how to hear the voice of God so clearly. I had all of this external stimuli in my life of like my family and my friends back home, and there was always something going on. There was never peace and quiet. And I have really learned to hear the voice of God, which is insane. Number 2, because I've been so isolated and I can hear the voice of God, He has told me who I am and what I stand for. And I came out here and I was questioning all these things so much, like, who are you? What do you stand for? What are you going to do with yourself? But it's like, now I know who God has called me to be. He's told me. Number 3, I have lost almost all fear of living for the approval of man, because I have no fear of what anybody thinks about me now, because I know who I am and I know who I'm created to be. Number 4, God has allowed isolation because it has drawn me into a deeper and closer relationship with Him. I don't have anybody to run to. I don't have anybody to talk to, really. I sit every night alone and I talk to God as if He's my best friend. I sit here and I have literal conversations with Him, like as if He's sitting on my sofa. Number 5, it has taught me what my heart needs the most, which is just more of Jesus. Number 6, this has taught me the value of relationships. I felt like back home in Florida, I had multiple relationships where I was like, yeah, we're just we talk every once in a while, it's cool, whatever. I have wanted to be so much more intentional with people now, to actually talk to them, to actually know how they're doing, to want to know where their heart's at. Number 7, isolation gives you the tools necessary to live a life worthy of your calling. I believe that isolation is just a comma. It's not just you were isolated and that was it. But I believe it's preparing you for something else. And this time has given me the tools necessary for my next season when I do find a community.